Welcome to part 36 of Justice for All! Ace Attorney.
Yeah.
So,
in case you were confused with part 36 of Justice for All, Professor Layton.
So yeah, let's work on getting this trial wrapped up.
Thank God.
Good morning, Nick. No, good morning, Max.
Close enough.
Morning, guys.
Oh, yeah. Good morning, sweeties. You don't seem like your usual sparkling self today.
You don't seem like you are usual sparkling self.
What? That's apostrophe R-E. That's proper punctuation.
Oh, yes, you are.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, wait! Damn it!
Don't get nervous, Maxie. Here, have a glass of milk.
Damn it, you're right.
Okay, I got one on with Jovah.
Regina!
The, non-evil Regina. How fabulous!
I actually like the evil one more. A lot more.
Fabulous, my sweetie pie princess. You came to watch my performance today?
Of course I did.
Yeah, about that.
Mo told me that I should come and watch this.
For good reason. Mo said that?
So, what kind of performance will you put on today? Let me guess, you'll fly at the end?
Sure, why not?
It's not that kind of show. Isn't that right, my sweeties?
Huh?
I think my sweetie pie princess doesn't... Yeah, she doesn't seem to realize what's going on. Or even where she is, really. Maybe this relationship might not work out.
Well, Max, it looks like it's time to raise the curtain.
In one way or form.
I'll see you later. Today I'm just a member of the audience.
So be quiet.
Yay! Yay!
The Ace Attorney audience being quiet with... I'm sorry, what alternate
That's
universe did you come from? The fabulous. Enjoy yourself out there.
Good luck, Max. You're the best.
You'll need all the luck you can get.
Regina's different, don't you think, Nick?
Surprisingly, yes.
Top of the morning to you. Everybody, let's get ready and stuck in legal limbo. Oh, okay, go.
Not as low as
You're
you
not
with those
funny.
jokes.
Don't try to be funny.
Please don't try to be funny, Mo.
The good thing is that, at least by the end of this turnabout, he learns he's not funny and decides to give up the clown act. Thank you,
Top of the morning to you.
development.
Top of the morning to you. I got that.
Well, it's a British circus. Of course.
Spoilers, but nobody cares.
Top of the morning. Actually, Shiroi, he kind of has already talked about giving up the clown act since, you know, he has to take over for Russell, what with him being
That's the
dead.
Attacking the day starts a village. The only bird gets the worm, but then again, worms like iron brain function.
See, he's already character developing. He's actually managed to control his voice volume and not shout every time.
Yeah, Max, how about your prison? Have some milk. You were saying, Jovah?
Oh, laughing's fine. Oh my, thank you.
So how are you today, Wright?
On edge. Well, I've got the feeling that today I'm gonna face off against the real criminal. Per usual.
Yep. You mean Acro?
Okay, how do you know that? I know how I know, but how do you know?
I read the script.
That's one reason why I feel like there's a day from this court missing.
Huh? You think he did? Yeah, the first time I played for this, got to this part in the game, I immediately went, what the fuck? Wait, did I miss something?
It's like,
When
well,
was
I get how...
Acro-
It's like, well, I get how Phoenix knows because he found the note that Acro, you know, obviously left, but how Mo knows? Yeah, I feel like some lines, or heck, maybe even a day was missing.
It makes, yeah, and this is where you can totally tell that this game probably was rushed, because I get the feeling there was an entire day cut from this case.
Oh, not probably. We know for sure it was rushed, and Shutakumi had to make the entire story in like 6 months. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Well, to be fair, he did a much better job at rushing out things than David Cage did in Fahrenheit.
Got that right. And hey, at least Capcom learned their lesson and gave him 2 years to work on Trials and Tribulations, and the result was pristine. Anywho, today we rely on evidence. It's the only way we'll get past Acro into the
I wish
truth.
that was true.
Oh, we do. We rely on evidence.
Right, but it's gonna be
Maya, when is it never
Anyways,
tough?
I want you to make sure that Regina sees it all today. It's important. Then she'll finally have to deal with the reality of what happened to her father.
I keep expecting Mo to start acting like a horse and try to eat that carrot.
Well, no. At this point, he's actually shaping up right and, maturing because he's got to take over the circus.
Honest, make sure Regina watches.
Yes, that's why I brought her here to court today.
Huh.
You sound-
About
you sound
time
down,
someone
Mo.
did something. What's that supposed to mean?
Stop throwing cards at the floor.
She needs to know that when people die, they don't just become stars. I may be an old-fashioned clown, but I don't believe in people becoming stars.
Well, gee, no sense of whimsy in your life.
An atheist clown.
I wish you were here when we had that stupid creationist that doesn't believe in the moon. And yes, believe it or not, there's a creationist that doesn't believe the moon is an actual planet.
Just on session in the trial of Maximilian Galactica.
Ha.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Again, as per usual, the defense is ready, Your Honor.
At this point, everyone just
Miss
wants
Wakaba,
fucking
you
ass.
proceed with your case.
The prosecution would like to realize its previous theory of events.
Oh, you mean that piss-poor fairy that would have lost if sense had played a factor?
Shut up.
Never mind me, I'm just here spouting logic here.
What's the meaning of this?
We have discovered a new witness, or should I say, a new eyewitness.
I love the judge's upcoming reaction to this.
Well, as I've been told countless times by Pedro, logic in video games is a no-go.
Well, that depends on which game you're talking about, but sure.
I don't think I see right.
Well, you told me that a lot specifically in this LP.
Oh, okay.
Which is weird, because logic
was
actually
awesome.
does play a factor in Ace Attorney games.
Order! Order!
Oh, already?
I had a feeling something like this would come up.
There we go! Like I said, the judge just keeps getting smarter and smarter with each case.
Due to the suspicion, we are now prepared to explain how the defendant flew that night.
Revision, she calls it.
Pixie dust and happy
An
thoughts.
explanation the prosecution will present if the need so arises.
Objection! The need is right here, right now, prosecution.
Mr. Wright, get the insane asylum up and stand by.
Right on it.
In fact, my detective stayed up all night creating the mock-up of the scene.
Okay, Your Honor, they'll be here by the end of the trial.
Or gumshoe.
Good.
Yeah.
You don't even have to guess. It's obviously poor Gumshoe.
Jesus.
Very well.
I mean, he
Please
gets
put
treated like
this to
crap,
the
and then he's
stand.
been non-existent in the most recent game.
Well, yeah, pretty much. Time to get to
What
work.
did he do?
You'll see, Shiroi. You'll see.
Well, considering Emma became
yeah,
a scientific
here we go.
investigator. Well, considering Emma became a scientific investigator in Ace Attorney 6, someone has to take the place of detective in that game.
Name and occupation.
Ken Dingling, but everyone calls me Acro.
Ken Dingling.
Yes,
Oh, are you
this name-
suggesting
I'm
that
employed as an acrobat at a very big circus.
Your birds keep pecking at you.
Yep.
Where were you the night of the crime?
Bed.
And as we know what that word means.
Testing a move on the yard. I was in my room that night.
Are you suggesting that dingling is a foreign term for genitalia?
Well, not in my country, but
In some country. Go on, Sherry.
Yeah, it's like when it's like when. Okay, go ahead.
If you look at... go ahead.
Whatever.
my room is on the third floor. The crime scene is below my window.
It's like when Hayao Miyazaki made Castle in the Sky, except the original name in Japan is Laputa, the Castle in the Sky.
Oh!
The problem is that's the name he gave to the civilization of that movie. The problem is that Laputa means a certain word in a lot of languages.
Oh no, that term!
Yeah, and Miyazaki actually was confronted with that, and he asked about it, and he said he had no idea. He said if he knew, he wouldn't have come up with that name specifically.
Should we point out the term to the 10 people who don't know what it means?
Whore. Yes, La Puta. La Puta whore, specifically in Spanish.
So it's called Whore.
I actually didn't know that.
So it's called Whore Castle in the Sky.
Now you know why the name of that supposition
It was
was.
just after 10
And
p.m.
the
and I was
citizens
resting
are all
in my
whores.
bed.
Alright, testimony time.
Around that time, I heard a large thump noise from outside the window.
And now you know why that supposition's name was changed to Western audiences.
Then a few moments later, I saw someone flying right by my window.
Oh,
Cause, is that true?
It was Max Galactica. I only saw it from behind, what it looked like.
all these vague references, they're obviously Maximilian Galactica.
To be honest, when I saw that, I thought I was dreaming.
Oh, then Max Galactica came to you. Acro! Regina's the key! Regina's the key to all of this! Regina's the key to all of this!
The witness's testimony matters up exactly with that of the clown.
Which I proved to be unreliable.
The prosecution need add.
But I proved the clown's testimony unreliable, so shouldn't this be raising red flags? Oh wait, that's right. I'm the only one with common sense here.
Remember, Phoenix. Everybody's guilty till proven innocent.
No.
All
This
that's
goes
left is
beyond
to
that.
explain how the defendant disappeared into the sky that night.
There's also the fact we need to find the real
Hold
culprit.
it! Before we get that far, I'd like to cross-examine the witness at least. You know, there's guilty till proven innocent, and then there's just the prosecution being a
Foolish
sore
choice by a
loser.
foolish fool who wishes to feel the foolish badness of a saddle.
We just got evidence. What could possibly be their need to cross-examine?
Hey, don't talk to me, disembodied spirit of Von Karma.
A man must know the proper timing of Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What, you mean like for someone to give up?
Just like your old friend, Mr. Miles Edgeworth did.
And I'm picturing Maya channeling Karma. Manfred von Karma.
There's already a fan art of that act. Oh, Pedro! It's funny you mention that. I've got a funny little allegory for that.
Mr. Wright, do you have a problem with the witness's testimony?
Jovah, what do you look up on
In
the
the
internet?
words of Miss Von Karma, may I quote yesterday's proceedings? Huh. There's no way that actually happened. Or in German, there's no way that actually happened.
Very well. You may proceed.
That
with
was like
badly
half German,
accent.
half Irish.
You may proceed with your badly German accent. in
Well,
cross-examination.
you're half German, half Welsh, so there you go.
This you mean it's like Lana Manella where she tries to sound British, but she somehow comes across as German?
Haha. Anywho, it's funny you mentioned the whole Maya channeling Von Karma, Pedro, because...
Pressing anything?
Eh?
You're not pressing anything.
What, are you surprised?
So the,
Oh!
Yeah,
it.
usually you press everything.
Anywho, when did you start thinking that what you saw wasn't a dream?
Objection!
Oh,
That's
right.
not important.
Yeah it is!
Excuse me?
Objection! I believe that the prosecution has done a bit of maintenance on the witness's memory. Again.
just to make sure, let's ask the witness.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Objection!
Jeez.
Uh-oh. Don't
That's not gonna
sustain that.
happen.
Don't sustain that.
Sustained.
You had one job. Don't sustain that.
It's the first game all over again.
I'll say.
Acro must be lying about things, huh?
course he is. And you, Pedro, about you asking if there was a picture of my ever-channeling Von...
No, thank you. I was just
we-
joking.
Well, actually...
Jovah, don't unleash the heart on us. Thank you very much.
Well, I'll tell you about it first. There's actually a fan art of, I kid you not, Maya channeling Gregory Edgeworth, who was arguing with Von Karma channeled by Pearl.
Jesus.
Oh, don't worry, I'll show you the picture later in case you don't believe
No,
me.
I don't want to
Hold
see
it!
the picture.
No, thank you.
The cringe is so real.
Are you sure it was a human being? It could have been a mannequin. Or perhaps a
I thought
very
you were
large
going to say, are
action
you
figure.
sure you don't want to see the pictures? Like, yeah, I'm sure.
No, I was just saying I'm telling you because I'm preparing you.
Well, setting aside the possibility of a mannequin, an action figure is plausible.
Yeah, it makes sense. Something that looks like Max.
You have no need to mince words with Mr. Phoenix, right?
Yes, he does! It's part of a cross-examination, woman!
Testify to the truth and only the truth, just as if we were there with you that night.
Alright, seems simple.
You can't
Yeah.
even spell truth, young lady.
Yeah.
Spell it then.
I believe it was a human.
Something more than human, maybe?
More human than human. More human.
Damn, I just strengthened this testimony. Of course, the prosecution kind of minced my words. I wonder if our Acro statement jives with the facts. Aha! There is a huge contradiction with the testimony that was just given!
Objection! If there's a contradiction, then prove it with evidence.
Yes.
Oh boy, she's going,
She's going turnabout big top syndrome on us because she's
no. What I
painfully
meant
obvious.
was, what I meant is
Oh, she's going Von Karma. Or a...
not that actually. God,
Oh, I
I'm
know
drawing a
what you're
blank
referencing.
Dodo.
Take that!
This, what in the world is this?
It's my
You
badge.
presented the badge.
Yes, I presented the badge.
You just don't get it, do you, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Eh?
So you get a penalty.
What don't I get?
You're not going to be able to get through this one with your usual bluff routine. Your client looks to be ready to take off once again.
You are clients.
Straight towards a guilty verdict.
You know, it's per usual. It's always the third case when it comes to the Von Karma
You
pupils.
were bluffing? I will not forgive any more mockeries made of this court.
Okay. Whoops. Sorry, Your Honor. I mean, this court's been acting so stupid, I figured why not?
Witness, would you mind repeating your testimony?
Oh, and even better, I
That's
don't
it,
get a
but-
penalty for it.
Anyway, what I was saying was, Francisco was pulling Godot there. Like, instead of actually arguing with Phoenix, he just said, "Oh yeah, we'll prove it. Oh yeah, we'll prove it." That's one of the main reasons
Unless you're talking about Recipe and Turnabout.
I guess, but one of the main reasons why I think why I like Blackwell better than Godot is because
Oh, yeah. We know, Pedro. Don't worry. I mean, like, well, let's save that for Trials and Tribulations when we get to see it all in full.
Sure.
But you were still able to hear a sound from outside.
Really not looking forward to that case.
I was indeed.
Oh, you mean Recipe for Turnabout?
Yeah.
He doesn't like it personally because of, you know, the whole restaurant part.
I was mentioning all the aside from like that girl, all the characters in that case are annoying.
There's that other character you seem to like. One I cannot spoil, mind you.
If there's a contradiction, then prove it with...
Blah 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 blah. We've seen all this before.
Actually, Dwibs, the only two characters you seem to talk about who are annoying are, you know, the chef and Victor Kudo. Take that!
This. What in the world is this?
Maya's Magatama!
You just don't get it, do you, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Joe-
Okay,
Yeah, we
Joe,
said
we
that.
did
I
this
think the
again.
teleprompter's broken.
Basically, here's how it goes. For the middle two ones, the second and third, you can press, and you can present anything and not get penalized. So what better things than Phoenix's badge and Maya's Magatama?
Jovah, you're just wasting time.
No, I'm showing off how everyone in this world is incredibly stupid during this turnabout. Anyway,
True.
That's wasting. But Jovah, we know all that already. So
Well, the
stop wasting
teleprompter's
time.
broken.
I'm showing off the newbies.
You've wasted so much of my time.
Where the heck is that quote from?
When
Sonic.
it goes to 6.
Oh,
you remember?
shoot, you're right. It's been a while since I've really interacted with that game.
Well, I don't blame you.
Like,
That's the case. Would it be a good idea to close some curtains?
Yeah, especially
It's
since you're,
curtains. It's curtains for you, Mopsy. Curtains.
like, you're a crippled person that has to live on his apartment. You leave your curtains open.
Curtains, you hear me? Curtains.
I guess that means I'm up to buy some curtains.
Ha. Ha. I'll make myself useful in these chambers.
The witness will proceed with his testimony.
I didn't waste anyone's time there, Your
Hey,
Honor.
look, everyone! It's Von Karma, the fun police!
Why don't you ever put her in contempt
I don't know,
of
maybe
court?
this is her idea of fun?
No fun allowed.
Schadenfreude. She is the herald of Schadenfreude. Hold it! The light in your room was turned off then, right?
That's true. I was going to bed after all, with the curtains open.
So, with the lights off, you were still able to clearly see a human fly by your window without any doubt in your mind.
I guess so.
The safety lights lit things up enough for me to see. But honestly, there was only enough light for me to see the silhouette outside my window. It was the person's back, so I couldn't see the white roses on the front.
Ah, boy. Okay, everybody, let's.
No!
Oh, I clearly saw the soul cat as well as the cloak wrapped around his body, and for some reason I am serious while saying.
Good old darts. You come in
I'm
handy.
convinced that the person I saw was Max Galactica.
For a second I thought Jovah ate Trillo.
No, I don't eat wood. The more I press him, the less results I seem to
That's
get.
what she said?
But maybe there was something fishy with his latest bit of testimony.
Jovah, you do realise how that statement could be taken, right?
No, Dwibs, I do not go for the other white meat. There was
Did I miss something?
I'm gonna explain this to you later privately, Tail. Let's just move on.
She's right. Let's use her evidence.
I probably don't want to know.
Oh, you probably do know, Shiroi, just subconsciously. Anywho, you claim to have seen the exact same thing Mo saw that night. Do you stand
My
by that?
subconscious is a dark place.
Let's just imagine,
What do you
Shiroi,
mean?
it would be something hidden by Black Cyclops for you. The Silk Hat.
What about the silk cat? I saw it on Max's head as he flew by my window.
Well, you should have tried looking down out of your window that night.
Oh, Phoenix, just wait till we see the picture of how it all happened.
Actually,
That
Pedro,
would be quite
I
difficult
kinda got
to
something
state
that
that I'm
discounts that theory.
Eh.
Just looking outside the window was a tough enough challenge for me. But why the fuck do they make him leave so up there?
That's a shame,
sake.
because you would have noticed the silk hat found on the scene.
That's the ringmaster's hat, right?
Afraid not. No matter how you look at it, this is Max's silk hat.
Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Are you saying that Max has two silk hats?
No.
Maybe.
This is a handmade, one-of-a-kind model made only for Maximilian Galactica. Heck, we had the whole first trial to have people constantly remind us. Which means, Acro... Huh! That you've been fibbing on the stand!
Order!
Objection! Michael, if someone has to open their mouth before thinking.
Oh, I've had plenty of time to think about this, Von Karma. Or are you still reeling from when I pointed out that you forgot that the hat was left in the first trial? Anywho, alright, now I have to back it up.
How about it, Mr. Wright? What would cause this witness to commit perjury in this court today?
You know, I'm just gonna humor you by trying to come up with something else. Perhaps it's because Acro has a grudge against the defendant. Which is why he is trying to frame Max.
Oh, great, because this case isn't bad enough, so I go longer.
Why me? What did I do?
You were complaining under your breath, Your Honor.
Never get your fat head in the way of a whip bent on finding justice.
You were aiming it at me, you bitch.
Ow!
Apparently, you were in the way. Apparently, sorry, but you were in my
She's
way.
she's overcompensating for daddy issues.
Ah, okay. Mr. Phoenix Wright, I have no interest in your silly little whatever.
It sounded like you were about...
He has a grudge against the defendant, huh? You wouldn't happen to have proof of that.
It's funny, Pedro. It almost sounded like you were about to say she's compensating for genitalia issues.
Ew.
Well, that's what a lot of people usually been compensating for.
Oh no! Oh yeah. It's like Lacey says. She needs to have confidence in it.
Mr. Wright, thanks to you, I got my head lashed by Mr. Carver's whip.
Well, it looks intact.
I don't like getting hit for nothing, so how about you answer with an explanation?
But
That's
of
just
course.
Of this shit.
Yeah. Skip. Okay, now for reals this time. Huh. Your Honor! On this occasion, the defense accuses Acro himself!
Yeah, how did we have it that... Can we get back to how exactly we got that conclusion again?
Accuses Acro? What in the world are you accusing him of?
Oh,
Thank you, Judge.
Obviously, we accuse him of the murder of Mr. Russell Berry.
Hello, editor. Could someone keep the plot points straight from day to day?
Pedro, remember, we know how Phoenix knows. The real issue is how Mo all of a sudden knows. Deadly
Honestly,
serious,
Jovah,
Your
I'm still
Honor.
not very convinced with Phoenix, honestly. I didn't think he was strong enough for Phoenix to be this certain.
And he got the note, and he got...
have served you well.
Basically, Pedro,
I
if you
don't
recall,
know.
he got the note, and he got actual strict confirmation from Acro that he himself wrote the threat note.
You
That's...
seem to remember how to try and grab at an audience's heart and mind.
Yeah, Joe, but the fact
like
that he
you're
wrote
one
that-
to talk about karma.
Yeah, Joe, but the fact that he wrote the note doesn't prove that he's the killer, though.
Yeah, but it
Your
does
Honor,
point...
don't allow
You just
yourself
give him
to
a
be
motive.
swayed by theatrics.
It does give him the means to be accused of which. That is what the other evidence is used for, to back it up.
Trying to wow the crowd with smoke and mirrors is the oldest bluff in the book.
It's all falsy smoke and mirrors.
Lady, you're confusing me with Leighton. I don't use smoke and mirrors. Because you actually see my exploits.
If you don't believe me, just look at the witness.
Yes, you can trust every single witness we've had on the stand by just looking at them.
No, that's not I know where she's going with this.
Yeah, I know.
He's calm enough for it to be almost... He's
Well-
calm enough for it to almost be scary.
Well, Eenie Miney looked harmless, but it turned out she was a cold-blooded killer who kind of
Well,
killed a
this-
lot of people.
Well, Francisco, you clearly... you clearly haven't seen the most recent episode of Person of Interest.
Ow. He is staying rather calm and collected, as am I as a bird pecks at my forehead. Ow!
Mr. Dick of Diggling, do you have any response to the defense's accusation?
Why is it that we're bringing
I
up
don't really
genitalia
need to
so
say
much?
a thing, do I?
Oh. What do you mean?
Everyone, take a good look at me. Now put back to your man. Now back to me. Now back to your man. Now back to me. I can't even stand up by myself, let alone leave the
Oh
logic.
boy, he's pulling the
And
crippled
yet-
heart.
And yet they made you leaving fucking first floor for some reason.
No, the third
Yeah.
floor. That's the real
Third floor.
issue.
Why? Just fucking why?
I
I
guess-
understand that Mr. Wright is just trying to up his client.
Well, you actually seem like one of the more reasonable characters. It's a shame that you're the freaking murderer I have to
do this
finger.
by accusing me of a murder of all things.
It's always the calm one.
Yeah.
Gee, even a silver of common sense makes it clear the accusation is ludicrous.
I'm not even going
This
to
is most
dignify that
orthodox.
with a response.
Oh,
She's right. Way to pick on the disabled, you heartless, cruel man.
Oh, great.
Phoenix is a poopy head.
Marvel Universe, is that you calling again?
See that, Mr. Phoenix, right?
Are they still mad that I managed to win the case where I defended Galactus?
If you're trying to drum up support from the peanut gallery, that's how you do it.
Jovah, why did you have to pick up Latveria and drop it down on the earth just so you could get the evidence?
Actually, contrary to this, There was actually an entire channel for documentary about disabled criminals and how they get away with it.
Yeah.
People don't suspect them at all.
Anywho, Dwibs, on the matter, I didn't drop Latveria, but I found Dr. Doom guilty for the crime that Galactus was accused of. And I'm apparently the first lawyer who's ever caught him in the act.
Actually, while most people who are paralyzed from the waist down can't actually stand, they are able to hoist themselves up quite a bit.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe the defense is planning on making a claim to counter this as well. In your defense now, Acro had an accomplice.
Yeah, your impression of me sucks, but then again, I'm guessing that's what you were going for.
What do you say about this, Mr. Wright?
Well, you
I
suck,
can have an
though.
accomplice?
Oh, really? I suck.
Now then, this must be when we get to hear the name of the mystery accomplice.
Yeah, sure. I guess. Not this time, Von Karma.
What?
Oh yeah, I just got a not sequence on ya. You're not going to sucker me into this one.
What are you blabbering about, Mr. Wright?
I have a plan.
20% of the plan.
It's building up every bit by bit. There was no accomplice. Acro planned and committed this murder all by himself. You see, Miss Von Karma, just
Order! Order!
Just because I said there was an accomplice last case, Miss Von Karma, doesn't mean there is one this case.
Way to keep them on their toes, Nick.
Who are you again, Mike? You've barely been in this case. So this chapter, sorry.
Now I'm going to have to prove how it all fits together. I have to show how Acro murdered Russell Berry.
And that Can you do it, Nick? Can you really do that?
As much as you can pine over Regina, and I know what I can't do. Can't stop now. If I stop attacking, I'm doomed.
Alright, let's do it, even though I'm not actually doing anything.
Mr. Phoenix,
Oh, Mars doing less than me.
if this witness is the killer, then his eyewitness account was all lies, right?
It's always the third case that gets the prosecution all flustered. Edgeworth for Turnabout Samurai, Franziska for this case. Ironically, Godo's actually had some of his best in the third case of Trials and Tribulations.
The crime was committed exactly where was Mr. Dingrink?
And that's something I can start playing now.
Take that! Oh yeah, I think you'll enjoy that game.
That's
Of course, it's usually the code. It's by the third game they should have something that works absolutely. Acro wasn't able to leave the lodging house by himself.
Oh, goody.
There's only one answer to that. Well, one that I know of anyway.
Poodles.
Acro didn't leave his room to kill the ringmaster.
What? Are you nuts?
Actually, Franziska, he would have left tire tracks if he had gone out to kill him.
what? Stay here, Mr. Dingrink!
I get the feeling the judge loves saying his name.
Dot. It's an interesting theory.
Still more legit than the game theory.
Ah.
The what theory? Sorry, I didn't get that.
Game theory.
Don't bother.
Oh, the
See,
game. Oh,
that's
the game.
what
The game
it's
theories.
possible.
Yeah.
Possible? Yes. Let's see.
I don't like that channel, honestly. Game theories.
No,
It's-
MatPat is just a bunch of.
all those videos are just honest. To be honest, dumb.
Yeah. Yes, Your Honor.
As the witness has stated, your assertion is impossible.
You know what's funny? I think they were more dumb in the past.
As
Really?
he's in a wheelchair, there's no way he could go to the scene or be the killer. Unless he had a sniper rifle.
It's a topic for another day.
You've got a point.
What about a sniper rifle?
It
Yeah.
seems you've forgotten once again, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Really?
You see, Shiroy, Daddy never hugged her enough.
Ah. The defendant was clearly spotted at the scene of the crime.
Daddy was busy
bet.
kind of, trying to warp
he was put on
Edgeworth
Spotify.
into his own little pupil.
Yeah, that probably yeah, you can see where this is going, Shuri.
Yeah.
That's true.
When you think about it, almost every major character in Ace Attorney has some psychological trauma.
Well, it's sad that he's saw Max didn't. Calm down.
But Maya, it's still impossible for humans to fly, and come to think of it, hey, the prosecution still hasn't proven how my defendant flew.
Do you mind if I ask a question, Mr. Wright?
Eh?
I mean, I'm just a fucking witness, so...
Oh, sure, by all means, ask away. In the next part.
Oh, okay.
We'll see you then.
See ya.
And so Acro will have to stay waiting until he can finally ask the question.
Don't worry, we'll save them all the trouble by putting them in the pause zone. Think of it like a cryptonic freezing. Yeah, pretty much.
All right, see you, everybody.
See ya.
Yeah.